Imagine yourself in this situation. You're going for your evening run. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Everything seems to be normal. But then suddenly, your life flips upside down. A car comes crashing into you, and you're under the wheels of the car. You're struggling for your life. Blood is all over the place. Strangers are coming around you, trying to put air into your lungs. And then you end up in the hospital. 18 whole months later, you wake up and you realize that you're unable to walk, you're unable to talk, and you're unable to speak. This is what happened to Ramona Pearson. She was 22 years old at the time of her accident. Before her accident, she was a very successful person. She was a genius mathematician and she was a part of the Marine Corps. But her accident had taken all of this away. Doctors believed that she wouldn't survive. They said she had another 6 months to live. And then they put her in an old age home. But she never lost hope in herself. She fought all odds to recover. She surrounded herself with positive people. The elders in their old age home helped her recover. This is how she was able to turn her setback into a comeback. After 11 long years of recovery, she relearned everything that she knew. And she was able to start 3 successful companies in EdTech. We learned that we should persevere through every situation. We learned that we should surround ourselves with positive people because in this way, we can be positively influenced by them and we can turn our setbacks into a comeback. And we learned that sometimes we need to learn and relearn. Sometimes we might not get it right the first time. So keep that in mind, that any situation that you encounter, sometimes we have to relearn to get better at what we are. So why STEM? Why have I chosen the topic of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Today I'm going to talk about 8 influential people who have turned their setbacks into comebacks, and they've created great successes. But why have I chosen this topic? And the reason is that it has great relevance in all of our lives today. We all use technology. In our daily lives, we encounter technology. And many of us will end up working in companies which are in this field. This is why I think it's very important to take examples of people who have achieved success in their fields and use the learnings that we get out of this and implement them in our lives. So the first person here, I think all of you would know who this is, right? After all, his name is synonymous to genius. This is Albert Einstein. We know him to be such a great, successful man. He has discovered so many great theorems, the theory of relativity, E is equal to mc square. All of these are theories that are very helpful in today's world. But his path to success was not easy. He was a school dropout. He only started fluently speaking by the age of 9. When he was searching jobs, he was fired from multiple jobs. Most of us take maybe a few months to find a job. Albert Einstein took 2 whole years to land his first job. But even then, his persistence led him to find that job. And when he became a clerk, this was when he had the time to ponder about all the questions he had in mathematics and physics. And this is what led him to discover the great things that we know today. He was a very curious person. And curiosity is also the key to success. Because curiosity allows you to learn about things that you might not have known before. And when you learn about things, when you know things in depth, it's when you can actually create it into a success. Albert Einstein's grit and focus led him to become one of the greatest scientists in the world and also earn a Nobel Prize. The next person is from Bangalore. She is in the field of science. This is Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw didn't have it easy, even though she is the founder of Biocon, which is India's largest pharmaceutical company. Her journey to success was not easy. she learned that you have to grab opportunities, because early on she wasn't able to find jobs. Just like Einstein, even she wasn't able to find jobs. There was a lot of gender discrimination in India, especially in the field that she was in. This is what led her to go to Scotland. And in Scotland, she met someone who told her about the idea of starting Biocon. And she grabbed the opportunity. And when she took this opportunity, she was able to make Biocon into the success it is today. Initial stages of her company, starting her company, was not easy. There was slow growth in the company. But she was consistent and hardworking. And over those few years that she had started her company, she worked extremely hard to make Biocon the success it is today. And now she has fought all the gender stereotypes, and she's become such a successful woman, and she's also a self-made millionaire. So the next person from the field of technology, all of us know him. This is Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, which is one of the largest technological companies in the world. Bill Gates was also a college dropout. He started his first business, and this was an absolute failure. His first business was known as Trafo Data, and it was a data that modeled traffic flow. But it ended up being a failure. But Bill Gates himself doesn't see it this way. He says that anything that we learn from shouldn't be classified as a failure. And because of this failure, because his first company failed, he learned so much from it that he was able to translate this into success, which is Microsoft. Bill Gates learned from his setback. And we should learn from our setbacks, because when we learn from things is when we're actually able to, not repeat those failures. We should take risks. Bill Gates took a risk to drop out of college. Now, I'm not telling you all to drop out of college, but he took a calculated risk because he believed in himself that he had a great idea and he could turn that into a success, which was Microsoft. So taking risks is characteristic of almost every successful business and every successful person. And the last thing we learned from him is that we should take things positively. Because a lot of the times when we have some setback in our lives, we may look at it negatively and think that we don't want to, fail again. We fear failure. But you should not fear failure, and you should learn from your setback, because when you learn from your setback is when you're actually able to make a comeback. Now, the next person is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is also from the field of technology, and he has achieved great success with Apple. All of us know about Apple, right? I can see many of you recording with iPhones. But Steve Jobs, was fired from his own company. Can you imagine being fired from the company that you spent so many years of hard work building? This is what happened to him. But he said that this was the time in his life when he learned the most. This was the most creative period of his life. During this time, Steve Jobs started two very successful companies. He started Pixar Animation Studios, and he started Next. And when he rejoined Apple, he was able to make Apple achieve great heights. We learned from him that we should have persistence and resilience. Resilience is a word that was repeated a lot. And Steve Jobs, even though he was fired from his company, he did not give up. He kept working hard. And in fact, this period of time in his life, when he was encountering a setback, was what made Apple so successful. So the next person here is James Dyson. Dyson, as we know, is very famous for their home appliance products, for vacuum cleaners. James Dyson was a great innovator. In fact, he was an engineer. But while coming up with his company, he faced a lot of setbacks. He came up with a product known as the ball barrow. It was a gardening appliance. It was for homes. But no one wanted to buy this product. No one believed in him. And he encountered many losses with this. His company was going in debt. And at that point of time, he was in a really bad phase. He was depressed. But even then, he had the courage and he had the confidence in himself. He knew that he would be able to do something great, which is why he came up with the idea of the vacuum cleaner that we know today. And this is what led him to, launch Dyson. But initial stages of developing the vacuum cleaner were very difficult for him. He faced a lot of rejection. He made a prototype 5,127 times. But finally, his resilience led him to launch Dyson, which is one of the most successful home appliance companies. Now, from the field of engineering, this is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the missile man of India. He was also the president of India. But growing up, he didn't have it easy. He was born in a very poor family, and his first major project failed. He was the project director at ISRO, at a satellite launch known as the SLV-3. They had spent 10 long years preparing to launch the satellite. But guess what? The launch, it was a failure. While they were preparing for the launch, the computer was showing the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7. But then it said that it couldn't launch. People thought that he would be ridiculed for this failure. But he looked at it in a different way. He looked at it as if he would never quit from this and he would actually make this into a success because he had that will inside of him. Then over the next year, he worked incredibly hard with all those scientists. And a year later, that satellite launched and that project was a success. So we learned that we should always learn from failures because when we learn from failures, we won't repeat these in the future, which is what APJ Abdul Kalam did. Now, from the field of mathematics, the great Srinivasa Ramanujan. He is from India and he is known as one of the greatest mathematicians in the world. But he suffered from ill health and poverty. Growing up, he didn't have much education. But just like Einstein, his curiosity led him to delve into the field of mathematics. He went to the school library. He found books himself. While the other kids might be running around, he was self-studying. He was learning more about himself. We learned that learning never stops. Throughout his life, he learned so much so that he can gain insight into this field of mathematics. And that's what led him to discover the great things that we know. Okay, so now that I've talked about 8 different people, so we have heard their stories. And what we need to do is take their learnings, because that's the most important part. When we turn the learnings that we have into action. So this is a success model. And over here, there are 5 different strands. And this would be a perfect example on how to turn your setback into a comeback. So the first strand is experience. Sometimes we have to change our career paths or change what we're doing to find our true passion. All of you, some of you might have just gone into what you're doing now because your parents told you to. Your parents are always saying, you have to go into this, you have to go into that. But when you find your true passion is when you're able to translate it into a success. And to do this, you need to learn a lot. Because finding your interests, studying different things is what helps you find your passion. And then you have to reinvent yourself and learn from your failures. Learning from your failures is characteristic of what all of those 8 individuals did. And that's how they were able to translate into success. The next strand is your strengths and abilities. A lot of us might not have discovered our true strengths and abilities. And that might be what is keeping us from achieving success. Discovering your strengths and abilities is extremely important. And like I said before, to discover your strengths and abilities, you must always learn different things. Learning is the most important thing to achieve success. The next factor is the technical aspects, which is becoming a master at something. All of the individuals are masters in their fields. And to become a master at something, you must learn. So, learning is what makes a person successful. And there's something known as a study of 10,000 hours. The rule of 10,000 hours, which is basically when you spend 10,000 hours in something, you're a true master of that. The next is behavioral aspects. So persistence, perseverance, resilience are all words we hear. And these are all things that the people I talked about today had in their lives. During hardships, they didn't look at it in a negative way. Rather than that, they learned from this and they were persistent and they were resilient, which is what made them successful. The next factor is confidence. I think confidence is a very, very important skill to have. Because when you're confident in yourself, when you believe in yourself, is when you can really achieve great heights. And then there are environmental factors. Your environment plays a great role in determining whether you're successful or not. Humans have the natural tendency of becoming like the ones around us, of taking traits of the people around us, which is why you should surround yourself with positive people and people who have a positive impact on you. And the last one is that you should always learn from difficult situations. I think a major topic that I've talked about today is learning. And I can't stress the importance of this because when you learn from situations is when you can really turn your setback into a comeback. So I would like to end my presentation with a song to inspire you all. Keep this song in your mind so that you can get that inspiration, that hope. This perfectly encapsulates the stories of all the people I've talked about today and the success models, and how you can turn that setback into a comeback. Oh, 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 oh. 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 Messed up tonight. I lost another fight. I still mess up, but I'll just start again. I keep falling down. I keep on hitting the ground. I always get up now to see what's next. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting it wrong. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. Thank you.